Roddy McDowall's Hidden Archive reveals the secret lives of 1960s Hollywood and what emerges from the private collection of photographs. Home movies, letters, and journals is a portrait of an era filled with glamour, ambition, scandal, and vulnerability that the public never fully saw. McDowall, known to audiences as a gifted actor in films like Planet of the Apes and Cleopatra, was also a meticulous chronicler of his time, carrying a camera almost everywhere he went and developing a quiet reputation as Hollywood's unofficial historian. What he captured was not the polished, carefully staged images that studios released to fan magazines, but the raw, unguarded moments that revealed stars as human beings navigating fame, desire, and insecurity. His photos show Elizabeth Taylor laughing without makeup at a poolside gathering, Paul Newman sneaking away from a crowd to share a quiet cigarette, Natalie Wood gazing wistfully at the horizon in between takes, and a young Warren Beatty jotting down notes in a script as if the world wasn't already beginning to label him the next great leading man. But McDowall's archive wasn't limited to images. It also included correspondence and personal reflections that hinted at hidden romances, bitter rivalries, and those subtle power struggles shaping Hollywood during one of its most turbulent decades. He documented how stars often confided their fears of fading relevance, their struggles with identity, and their attempts to navigate a culture rapidly changing with the civil rights movement, sexual revolution, and the looming counterculture that would soon dismantle Hollywood's golden facade. Some letters revealed love affairs that never reached the tabloids, secret relationships that could have destroyed reputations in an era still bound by rigid moral expectations. Others exposed the loneliness behind the fame, with major stars confessing to McDowall their weariness of constant scrutiny and their craving for normalcy. McDowall himself, quietly discreet, rarely betrayed these confidences during his lifetime. But his archive, preserved with care and eventually discovered after his death in 1998, provides a rare and poignant window into how 1960s Hollywood truly operated, a place where image was everything but authenticity was quietly shared only among trusted friends. Film historians who have studied the material describe it as one of the most valuable private collections in entertainment history, not only because it shows iconic stars in their most vulnerable and natural states, but because it captures the texture of an era when the old studio system was collapsing and a new generation of independent, risk-taking filmmakers and actors were emerging. Roddy McDowall, who outwardly appeared to be a charming, supporting actor, was in truth an archivist with a sharp eye for humanity, someone who sensed that the world was changing and wanted to preserve it not as a myth, but as it truly was. The revelations within his hidden archive continue to ripple today, challenging long-held assumptions about 1960s Hollywood and reminding us that behind the polished images were men and women wrestling with fear, passion, hope, and secrets, stories too raw to be told in their own time, but preserved forever through the lens of Roddy McDowall.